Is it a coincidence, you think, that you were involved in that and then you later went down to Antarctica? I know when you sat down with Patrick Bet-David, who's been on the show, he asked you, are you involved in the CIA? And then you said, I think, well, maybe I was being used by them. Do you see a pattern of your life that seems to be a little bit too coincidental, like Forrest Gump, where all these weird things happen to you? And then what are your conclusions on that?
1,000%. I do believe that there was some sort of guiding hand that wanted me in certain places at certain times, unbeknownst to myself. Specifically to the Stargate program, I did find through digging on the CIA's own website what is the Stargate consent form for people to be participants in the program. This is available on my website. In the archive section, I have this form available for people to see themselves. At deciphering.tv, you can jump in there. The consent form states very clearly that there are people that will be involved in the program and it will be unbeknownst to them. So I don't believe that this is the only program that the U.S. government and other governments does this, that there are people that are aware that they're associated with factional activity, and then there are people that are unaware of their association. So I believe I was one of the team that was less aware of the activities that I was being set to be involved with.
And some of these other activities where you were doing work for some very high-powered people, billionaires, and these kind of strange circles, where now that when you look back at what was actually going on, it doesn't seem like it was at face value, right?
Absolutely.
Like brought into these circles when technically you were being hired, to do plumbing work or service work, but in fact, they were bringing you in. Can you talk on that at all?
Absolutely, yes. I do believe that the folks that I worked for, which were very affluent billionaires, these were richer than rich people. The way my life experience has shown me is that if the general population knows your name, you're not rich.
Right.
The people from way back in the day were learned. Once, people got pitchforks and torches and came to the castle and took you out. Well, first, it's because they knew you. I mean, there was a castle for a reason. The wealth was right there. Now the really rich people have gotten smart and they're hidden and you don't know their names. So there's a crowd of folks that I worked for that were at this level. I would go into their homes. I would see the literature that they had in their homes. They were members of the Council on Foreign Relations, members of the Trilateral Commission. And these are the, supposed think tanks that are just, coming up with great ideas, but it's highly questionable what their great ideas are accomplishing. And also that these groups seem to be the shadow organizations that are really running my nation.
And I think you were working for the Carlyle Group. You're probably talking about other people behind the scenes that
Absolutely.
Didn't have because they had a profile, but you're saying the people that they were surrounded with were the ones that didn't have the profile.
Yeah, I did do work for the Carlyle Group, John Tunney specifically. We got involved with some very peculiar activities, which in hindsight seemed way more peculiar than I thought at the time. And I would say that, these types of folks, I guess I was on some sort of an approved list because these people don't just simply, go to the phone book when they have a leak in their faucet. They don't just call anybody to show up at their house. I wholeheartedly believe that I was on some sort of a list, that I was approved. I mean, technically, by the time that I showed up to the plumbing industry, I had already had a full NSA background investigation because of my short association with the United States Submarine Service. I was wholly understood to be whoever they wanted to know anything about. So, that right there had me AJ squared away for being on the list.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true. and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline. I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up. If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?